Hello, 7 College Nerds. It's Saturday. I'm going to go ahead and do another really quick one-take video because I had surgery yesterday and I'm tired and I don't want to edit. So, my surgery yesterday went really well. I've had pretty much no complications except a few hours ago I managed to vomit, but I think that's just me in general. I don't think that really has much to do with the actual surgery. I have lots of medical problems and things. And quickly before we get into there's a buzzer going off. Quickly before we get into sorry, I'm still on drugs. The theme for this week. I wanted to briefly say something to Rosilda because she said she had been not happy and depressed lately. And I won't go into the whole story because it will take hours and hours and hours for me to tell it in full. But when I was younger, I had a lot of medical problems, and one of those things, like I had to have been like 11 years old, and I was like severely depressed and on like suicide watch and all that stuff. And one of the things that actually helped me was when I went to the doctor, we had a hormone panel done. Now what that is they take some blood from you and they do some tests on it and they just check to make sure everything in your endocrine system and your hormones or everything is a-okay, because a lot of like depressions and problems, just unhappiness and stuff is caused by a hormone imbalance. So maybe, Rosilda, if you still don't feel so good, maybe you can go to your parents and say, hey, next time I go to the doctor, is it okay if I get this done? Because it could help you out immensely. I know that I would not be the person I am today without the medications that I'm taking now and without, that initial hormone panel having been done, because they discovered that my endocrine system, my hormones were all messed up. And so I'm a much happier person today because that was done, and it allowed the doctors to prescribe me medications that helped me. So, maybe that's just something to think about, Rosilda. And again, you should probably talk to your parents and family about it, because I don't know. I guess some people don't believe in medicine, or I'm not saying I don't know your family, so I mean I don't know whether they'd be willing to even consider something like that. But just maybe it's an idea that could potentially help you. But then on to the guilty pleasures bit. I'm not really like a big guilty pleasures person because I love things wholly and unironically most of the time, and I don't really care what other people think about them. But there is one thing that kind of gets to me a little bit sometimes, because I feel like when I say that I like this or that I enjoy this, people kind of judge me and think things about me that aren't really true. And that is, I love wedding shows. Like, I love My Fair Wedding with whatever that bridal guy's name, and I love Say Yes to the Dress and stuff like that. I don't really like bridezillas because I don't really like the negative melodramatic aspects of weddings, but I like things that are happy and that are fun, and I really believe in the concept of weddings and marriages and things like that. Because I think that in today's society, it wasn't like this, years ago. This whole advent of getting married because you want to, not because, your parents tell you to, is a fairly new thing. And to me, getting married is saying I acknowledge this person's flaws and faults, and I still want to be with them anyway. And I think that that's a really powerful concept. And I mean, I'm not. But if you were to ask me, or I'm sorry, I'm on drugs. How do I say this? If when I say things like I really like Say Yes to the Dress or whatever, people automatically assume, oh, because you want to get married and you have your wedding day all figured out and stuff like that, and that's so incredibly not true, because I like, just even the concept of me getting married, like, in my head is just the most foreign concept in the world. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It's just not something I think about. It's not something I consider. I just like other people's weddings and I like the happiness and the excitement around them and about them, and I love going to weddings. I don't have any interest in my own, but because that's why it's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine, is because I feel like I can't really tell people that I like enjoy these things, because I feel like people assume that I'm like this weird, girly girl who has been planning her wedding since she was 4 years old, which is so incredibly not true, because I'm not. I don't know, I just don't. You know what, I think I've rambled enough already. So busy. I hope to see you tomorrow. dftba, y'all. Okay, stop button.